In my opinion, it still takes far too long to get to the main menu. So, hello Internet, Demajen here. Because I have been, let's be blunt, somewhat critical of Steamdolls, as it has launched through the various playtests and the early access and so on and so forth, I feel it's not my duty, but I feel like it's in my best interest to see how things are progressing. So in theory, what we have got here is... See, already I'm worried because it says early access build 0.3 there, but this is supposed to be 0.4. It's supposed to be... Let's just log into the... Because I don't want to start from the start again. Okay, no, this is definitely different because I can now move the map. Oh, that is so much better. Oh, that is so much better. Look, folks, I don't want to come across as a dick when I say this, but this is what it should have been earlier. So it doesn't do the stupid scrolling thing. If you hold your finger down on the stick too long, you can actually zoom in and out. And you can go this is an excellent change. Well done. Good stuff. So, I'm going to assume then that this is Steamdolls 0.4 beta. I'm on the beta branch. It's just, it's probably a really good idea if you make sure that the version numbering on your menu screen is up to date. And do please excuse my slightly croaky voice. Still ill. I've been saying this for over a year now. At this point, I'm still waiting for appointments. I love the NHS, but... Anyway, what do we have in this? Because I've read through these patch notes, but there's a difference between reading through something and actually looking at them in the game, I suppose. So we should have a save data overhaul. Rework the save data system to eliminate stutter on lower machines, including the Steam Deck. Now, I wasn't really experiencing that because I'm not on a low-end machine. But I assume that will benefit me as well. Interesting, so that just stopped me in place. Now before, didn't it just allow you to walk on? Yeah, so that actually stops you. I don't know whether that's... Yeah, so you can press up on it to say, I'm okay with that. It's not a big deal for me. One thing I am noting is that we do now actually have fire sound effects. So that's good, because I remember that not working. Right, what else have we got on here? Energy recharge feedback. New animations enhance the feel and responsiveness of energy recharging. Okay, so... where... there's one there. Okay, So we need to go and find an energy. Also, that save point isn't marked on the map. So there is still some work to be done there. I feel like they've done some work there on that. Right, now I know that ladders are a thing that they've worked on. It's not the most amazing ladder animation in the world, but I feel like it is working better. We can't drop down ladders yet. Right, so this is an energy thing. Okay, so it doesn't... Yeah, so we've got some force feedback on the controller when it hits. We've got top left hand corner, we've got the glow. And the machine itself does glow. I kind of wish there was just a couple of particles or something that came off it, or maybe a little bit, a teeny tiny bit of screen shake, something. But that is that's a definite improvement. You can tell that you are hitting it, and that a thing should be happening. So that is progress. What else do we have? Enemy health and speed have been fine-tuned to create a challenging but fair combat experience. Enemy deaths feel much better. I haven't killed anything yet. They now die instantly instead of having a floaty delay, and will no longer try to initiate an attack while dying. Oh, is that what was killing me previously? Some enemy placements have been adjusted to reduce overly punishing encounters. I feel this animation is a little bit wiggly. Jumped. Oh, these guys do actually bring us out of stealth. They do explode. Oh, interesting. You can hit that in midair. You don't actually need to be grounded. I appreciate that. Sound balancing is still off. Ow. Ow! So, in terms of, do the enemies feel better to hit? Yes, so far they do. Isn't this where the boss was? Ah! Now, question. If I head left... Ah ha ha! Boss no longer respawns. Okay. Again, a minor thing. Well, no, I suppose minor thing actually isn't particularly true in that case. That was a fairly substantial thing. Hold on, Dema. I don't think those guys were here before, were they? I am noting the game seems to have a bit of a propensity for turning my character to face left. Now, that might not be the game. That might be my controller. Interesting, that is hidden behind a flesh wall. The parallax on that doesn't slide quite right. Yeah, they've changed the location of those enemies. The sound on those is way too loud. Still could do again with a little bit of a kind of impact feel when hitting switches. Right, what else do we have on here? Dash attack simplification. Oh, damn it. So in terms of how have they done that, you just press the right bumper now. You've got to be moving. But yeah, you just press the right bumper, and it shares the same button with the brutal attack finisher. But that's fine because got a bit of a cooldown, and again, that's fine. Yeah, this definitely is coming across as better. What else we got? Improved map navigation. We've already see how much better that is. I mean, that is so much better, and good performance actually. It's nice and smooth. Press A to recenter. Yeah, I suspect if I was starting this from the start, then things would get pinned on properly. I don't think I would ever really need to zoom in this far. I've talked about map zooming in games before, and I can only talk about my personal preference. There's two things that I like a map to do. In fact, let's see whether this does it. It does. Okay, one of the first things I like maps to do is to retain their zoom level when you go out of the menu and come back in. That is something that I really like, because it means that I can just set it to my preferred zoom level, which in the case of this game is probably about this, and I can fire and forget it. I do like, though not many games do this, when you have got a zoom level thing like this, just letting me know what zoom level I'm actually at. Say, down here, you know, zoom X1 or zoom X2 or zoom X.5 or whatever. I like that. I like that. So if this is zoom 1, zoom 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, so it goes from 1 to 5. Just let me know. It's a teeny tiny minor thing. I've no idea how difficult or easy it is to implement. Just giving information to your user, essentially, because it'd let me know that yeah, I prefer zoom level 2 or 3. Depending on what I'm doing. I very much doubt there's ever going to be a time where I need zoom level 5. But I could, at times, use zoom level 1. But yeah, chances are for normal game navigation, 3 is going to be my preference. Again, pure personal preference. Yeah. Was there another thing that I wanted to say about map? I feel like I said there were two things. And I forgot what the second one is because I went off on a tangent. Oh yeah, area names. I know that has been mentioned before, not just by me, by other people. It's not here yet. Hopefully it will come at some point in the future. So exploration is definitely cleaner and easier to navigate. Now, it says something. Markers now properly erase when you complete a task or remove an obstacle using your abilities, preventing unnecessary clutter. Now, obviously, and this is not a criticism here at all. This is a file that is older than this build. I'm assuming if I started from the start, then most of these icons that I know I've already got rid of, they would be gone. I'm noting actually that the zoom changes the speed at which you scroll. Again, that kind of makes sense, but if you zoomed in, that's maybe a little bit too fast. I don't know. Maybe that's fine. Again, I wouldn't use it that zoomed in anyway. This is absolutely fine for me. Perfectly fine. What was the game that I played recently where if you moved both sticks, when you're scrolling around, it moved faster? And if you only used one stick, it moved at a normal speed? I can't remember what that was. I've played too many games recently, but that was an interesting feature. Okay, what else we got? A couple of zones have been reworked to better reward stealthy approaches and encourage strategic gameplay. It doesn't tell me what they are, so I'm not going to comment on that. Ladders. Fixed and refined mechanics after extensive testing. Ladders certainly feel better. There's still a couple of things that I would like to see on ladders. I would like to see a way of dropping down from a ladder. Can't actually find one now, can I? The animation's quite wiggly. Oh, okay, that's death. Ooh, that's a little bit mean. Well, this is going well. Do those just follow me? We've still got the issue. We've still got the issue that some enemies lurch at you far faster than your attack can come out. And with the way the screen space, the kind of real estate works, it can be a bit tricky, shall we say, to catch what is going on. That's the save point that I was thinking of earlier. Yeah, maybe add a glow effect to the whisper when it's saving, so that we know that is happening. The camera is still taking too long to catch up. Can't find any ladders. I need a ladder. What? Unsure what happened there in terms of room transitioning. I feel like I've somehow skipped a chunk. Maybe I did. I'd have to watch that back. Whoa! So that needs a bit of work, whatever was going on there. But yeah, still issues with camera. I'm assuming this glow effect is because some of the enemies can be a bit hard to see. You know, red enemies on red background. I'm not sure that is my... Ah, here's a ladder. Right. Yeah, so... Jumping off ladders works. Getting onto ladders is fine. The bit here... Is that picking up on the capture? Yeah, it is. So this bit here that goes over the top of us, I'm of two minds about that. I don't mind it. I just... It looks a little bit weird, but I can see that it's representative of a hatch or something like that. But yeah, jumping off and getting onto ladders seems great. I suppose we just have to... Yeah, there's no dropping, so we just have to hit jump, which obviously... If I'm here, and I just want to quickly get down, it's... Oh. Ooh! Found a bug! Okay, so that's something to watch out for. Can I replicate it? Interestingly enough, no. Yeah, I'd like to be able to just drop down if I'm on a ladder without jumping up. Maybe if you're holding down and you press the jump button, or... Oops. Don't know. But that, again, definitely better. Definite improvements. Well done. Key improvements to make every hit feel more impactful and satisfying. Yep, so far I would say that is true. Better anticipation of a whisper's attacks. Freeze frames on hits to emphasise impact. Let us know if we need more, because honestly don't know if there is enough. I need something to hit to test that. Difficult to tell. Because so many of the enemies are actually kind of flying. Can I find... Right, weren't these supposed to be hittable? Again, there's no one particular area that's been particularly good for testing things like this. Yeah, getting up ladders is fine. Not an issue there. That's just me wiggling the stick when I'm next to a wall. I'm reasonably certain that's not supposed to do that. Yeah, okay, so this is me holding into the wall. And if I press the jump button, that is a substantial kind of shot away. Yeah, I feel like these things should be breakable. And they're not. Because I'm sure one of them was. There's so much stuff going on still. It's actually... The impact is better. I don't think the enemies react enough. But I don't think there's anything too bad about the actual impacts there. Yeah, I feel like enemies like this need a bit more animation when they're dying so that we know that they are dead and gone. I assume I'm supposed to be... Why did he not get the... Yeah, it's better... It's not there yet, but it's better. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out the words to articulate my thought on that. It feels more like we are hitting the enemy. The damage flash is great. The slight amount of screen shake is great. I am not sure the enemy is reacting quite enough to our strikes. I think that might be... Yeah, I'm not sure we're supposed to be flying backwards off things like that. I kind of feel like we should just have a climb animation. What else do we have on here? White flash effect where the human enemies die for better feedback. Retimed damage collider activation to sync better with attack animations. Blade particles and sound effects will be refined for a cleaner and more responsive feel. Yeah, I mean, hitting stuff with the blades does feel right. There's just that... It's weird because, you know, attack animations have got so many different parts. There's the attack that we make, there's the particles or screen shake or whatever, the juice that shows that we've hit the enemy, but part of the juice is also how the enemy themselves reacts. So if you take a look at, say, something like Monster Hunter, which I've been playing a fair chunk of lately, you know, a lot of the time the monster doesn't flinch because it's a, you know, it's a big heavy thing and you're hitting it with smaller stuff. But if you hit it with a hammer or a great sword or a wounding attack, you can see the monster recoil based on, you know, the hit, the damage to it. This doesn't quite, I don't think, have enough of that flinching of the monster, the enemy moving away, and it's especially notable on the little cockroach things. You know, the ones that have got that red kind of glowy aura. Again, I don't know what it's like on other enemies throughout the rest of the introduction of the game. I'm not going and doing a whole playthrough for this. I just haven't got the time. But I wanted to give feedback because, you know, I feel like I should. The way that they die is kind of lackluster. It feels like, you know, it should be more obvious that they are dying. They just kind of, you can hit them twice, and on the second one they just kind of slowly sit back, and then you realise that they're dead. So yeah, a little bit of work on the enemy's reactions to being hit, apart from the obvious flash of damage. Just have them kind of flinch back a little bit. It definitely feels so much better. I'm very much nitpicking, but in a combat-based game, and this is combat-based with stealth, you need your combat to be, you know, really engaging and spot on, and it's so much better now, than it was, but it's not quite there yet. Whisper's animator controller rework. We're in the process of reworking the Whisper's entire animator controller to enhance animations and fluidity. Brand new jump animation. It's too slow. It doesn't look like he's actually jumping. You know, this bit in the air is great. That's a really good animation with the legs in the air there, going up and down. But I'd have to slow this down. In fact, can I slow this down? Hold on. If I, rather than slowing this down in post, I don't know whether this will work. Oh, it does work. There we go. Okay, so I've put cheat engine on with speed hack. This is at 0.25% speed. So if I press the jump button now, can you see how the first few frames of animation, we don't do anything. We just, you know, we just kind of levitate up really quickly. Our legs don't push off the ground. So the stuff in the air, that bit, that's great. The landing is good. The actual jumping, we don't jump. Landing's fine. Jumping is just like, woo, and we ascend. But again, you know, you said that you are working on changing. Hopefully that's back to normal. Yeah. You said you're working on the animator. You know, don't get me wrong. It's not super noticeable, but it is noticeable. Especially if you just tap the button. If you only tap the button lightly, you can kind of see it there. It's just like you're A-posing in the air. So you need a pushing off the ground animation to go with, you know, that triggers as soon as you press the jump button when you're grounded. You know, when you're already in the air, in fact, you can. Yeah, if you're only tapping the button, it kind of looks like you just doing a little walkie skip in the air. But yes, anyway, so those are thoughts on that. Bug fixes and polishing, how to access the beta, yada 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 yada. Oh, actually, there is a note at the bottom. Oops, the title screen still says 0.3. I forgot to update it. I'll fix it when it goes to the general branch. So in terms of, when did this actually come out? 7th of March. So 16th of March today. I meant to get round to this earlier, but unfortunately, life as it is. So that's my feedback. I know it's, well, I'm up to almost 40 minutes. The map improvement is great. Obviously, you know, I'm sure the icons work properly if you're starting afresh and so on and so forth. Yeah, I'm not going to try and recap my points because I've already forgotten half of what I've said. But those are my thoughts on just a quick look, so to speak, about the 0.4 stuff. Just my initial thoughts. Again, if I was playing through from the start, I'm sure a lot of the stuff that I'm talking about would make more sense. But yeah, enemy hits, sound balance, the initial kind of jump launch. See that? That doesn't look too bad. It's when it's a certain, I don't know. It's not right. Ladders are better. Being able to just drop off ladders would be nice. I still think there is an issue with enemies, especially those kind of explodey wasp things, zooming at you too fast, and your actual attack animation is too slow to react to them. This is as fast as the animation goes. They move faster than we can. And because of how fast they go and how far they fly, and my previous issues with the camera being not showing enough of the surroundings, I don't know. I just feel like the camera needs pulling back 20, maybe even 30%. Much better, and definite improvements to the map. Thanks for watching. Hopefully this has been useful feedback for the devs. I'm going to go rest my throat now because 40 minutes. Cheerio! Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, why not click the like button and consider subscribing. Remember, you can ring the bell notification icon to get notified when new videos go live. And until next time, cheerio!